can start with the video and then take it on.
I have sent it to Vikas Prabhu. Please check.
Vikas Prabhu.
What do you want me to check, Mataji?
I have sent you the Janmashtami promo video, Prabhu, if you can play it. Or send it to Sarvanath Prabhu, whoever is the host.
I think it should be sent to Sarvanath Prabhu only. I am just a joinee anyway. Let me just check.
Can you send him, please? Can you send him?
Mataji, yeah, Mataji, let me play it. I have it.
Thank you.
Yeah, Mataji, you can start the.
Prabhuji, can you please make me co-host so that I can play the video?
Priyanka Mataji.
Yes, yes, please.
Yeah. Done, Mataji. Sound is not there.
Sound is not there. No audio is not there. Only video is there.
Priyanka Mataji, it's only video. Audio is not playing.
Residents of East Bengaluru, hear this out. In 10 locations near you, Shri Krishna Janmashtami 2024 will be celebrated by ISKCON Whitefield. Over 1 lakh devotees attended last year and more are expected this year. Over 10,000 people donated for the Archana, Annadan and other sevas. Over 3,000 kids participated in different kids competitions. Over 100 cultural performances took place. Shri Radha Krishna's Abhishekam was performed in all these locations with grand success. Over 1,000 bhoga preparations were cooked by the devotees and offered to the Lord. All the devotees were served delicious Krishna Prasadam and they also took part in many other activities. So what are you waiting for? 26th August 2024. Save the date and join us for Shri Krishna Janmashtami Mahotsav 2024. There will be a lot of kirtans, stage performances, archana, abhishekam, delicious heart-purifying prasadam, many fun activities and much more. Don't forget to click the link or scan the QR code to book your seva to avoid last-minute rush. Nand ke ghar anand bhayo, Jai Kanhaiya Lal ki, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna Mataji. So we'll start our session now. Prasanna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Welcome to day 8 of Krishna Ratri series. So happy to see all the devotees who have joined. It is so amazing to see all join here every day to listen to the nectarian pastimes of Sri Krishna, which fill the heart with joy and happiness. A big Hari Bol for all of you. Today,
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol. Today, we would continue to immerse ourselves in the nectarian Krishna Katha. Today's speaker is His Great Sarvanath Prabhuji, to tell you something about Prabhuji. His great His Grace Sarvanath Krishnadas Prabhuji was born and brought up in the West Bengal and has been living in Bangalore for almost 30 years. Engineering graduate in electronics and telecommunication from Jadavpur University, Kolkata. He has been working in the field of engineering for 34 years, with more than 20 years with well-known MNC GE Wabtec. He started his Krishna conscious journey in 2016 and received initiation in 2020 from His Holiness Jayapatak Swami Guru Maharaj, serving in ISKCON Whitefield. He is a part of organizing online Gita courses. He has also conducted online and offline Bhakti Vriksha classes for the last 5 years. He lives with his wife and 2 daughters near ISKCON ASS layout. Now over to Prabhuji. Please take over, Prabhuji. Hari Bol.
Thank you, Hare Krishna Mataji. So welcome back all to the Krishna Ratri series. So today I have the good fortune to talk about Lord Krishna. So in the first session, whoever would have joined, it was started by His Grace Sudhir Gopal Prabhuji. See, he started with Birla Mangala Thakur's Madhurastakam. So here, he nicely Prabhuji explained, that everything about Krishna is sweet. Madhuram, everything is sweet. So, and again, the Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto, when we hear the most, beautiful Gopi Geet, so there, Gopi Geet also it is, given very nicely. Tava kathamritam tapta jivanam kavividitam kalmasapaham Sravanamangalam Srimatatam Bhuvi Grinanti Ye Bhurida Jana. I'll just read out the translation. The nectar of your words and the description of your activities are the life and soul of those suffering in this material world. These narrations, transmitted by learned sages, eradicates one's sinful reaction and bestow good fortune upon whoever hears them. These narrations are broadcast all over the world and are filled with spiritual power. Certainly those who spread the message of Godhead are most beneficent. I'm just repeating the first line. The nectar of your words and the description of your activities are the life and soul of those suffering in this material world. So personally, I can say we are all suffering in this material world. And I really express sincere gratitude to this Krishna Ratri series team to provide us the rare opportunity of hearing about Krishna every night. This will continue until Janmashtami. And as we are all hankering for the most auspicious day to welcome Lord. So this is one way we can prepare our consciousness and mood suitably to welcome Lord. So today we will talk about the 8th chapter of Krishna book, and I'm sure many of you are attending regularly, answering quizzes, and definitely you are reading Krishna book. Just before we start, so 7th chapter highlights a little bit, we have slides. So one is salvation of Trinabrata. He wanted to kill Lord Krishna and then he got killed, but he actually got salvation. That's the beauty. Somebody got killed by Krishna. And the other one, so this is when after Trinabrata, salvation of Trinabrata, when Yashoda Maya was nursing Krishna and patting him with great affection. So out of love, there streamed profuse supply of milk from her breast. And then she opened the mouth of Krishna with her finger. And what she saw? She suddenly saw the universal manifestation within his mouth. And I would say that's a trailer. Okay, so today's discussion is on the universal form of Lord. So once again, we'll describe in more details of today's session, right? So I'll start with chapter 3. So chapter 3 has 3 major narratives. So I will cover one by one. So first is the naming ceremony. Okay, Krishna Balaram naming ceremony. So when we read Krishna book, we see that, event after event, demons after demon, so they are sent by Kamsa to kill Krishna. And then Vasudeva, with fatherly affection, he's so much worried for Krishna. Then Vasudeva asked his family priest, Garga Muni, to visit the place of Nanda Maharaj in order to astrologically calculate the future life of Krishna. Then Garga Muni, as we know, he was a great saintly sage who had gone many austerities and penances. And so that is how he's the appointed priest of Yadu dynasty. So when Garga Muni arrived at the home of Nanda Maharaj was very pleased to see him and immediately stood up with folded hands, offered his respectful obeisances. Then he received Garga Muni the feeling of one who is worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He offered him nice sitting place, and then when he sat down, he offered him a warm reception. So Nanda Maharaj, so from here, pretty much we know that he knows all the Vaishnava etiquette, how to welcome a Vaishnava in our home. And then very politely, he addressed him, my dear Brahmana, your appearance in a householder place is only to enlighten. We are always engaged in household duties, and we often, forget our real duty of self-realization. That's the, aim of our life. But your coming to our house is to give us some enlightenment about the spiritual life. So you have no other purpose in visiting householder. So this is a little philosophical lesson for all of us. The saintly person visit householder home only for the benefit of the householder. So same thing is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, chapter 19, 39 sloka. We read that one, that Sukadev Goswami was also used to visit some of the house of householder, and he will not stay more than the time requiring for milking a cow. So then, the same thing Garga Muni asked, then why don't the householder go to the house of saintly person instead? This is a question for all of us. Yeah, because the householders are very poor-hearted, first thing. Second thing, what is our priority? Our priority is our family. So spiritual knowledge is secondary. So this saintly person, they know it very well. So out of their compassion, they come and visit some of the householders. And in this context, in Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila also, it is mentioned that sadhu sanga, sarva saste kai, lava matra sadhu sanga, sarva siddhi hai. So you all should hanker for serving sadhus, the pure devotees of Lord. So this is one part. Then second part, he addressed Garga Muni that way. And then the basic purpose, Garga Muni visited Nanda Maharaj's home. So Nanda Maharaj knows very well, he said that you have compiled the astrological knowledge by which, one can understand the past and present unseen things. So he requested that, oh, the best of the Brahmana, especially you are fully aware of the Jyotisashastra, the astrological science. So you are naturally the spiritual master of every human being. So you kindly come to my house, kindly execute the reformatory activities for my two sons. So this is actually the Namkaran ceremony. So even Krishna is the supreme person of Godhead, but they follow all the Vedic rules. So astrologers, as I said, they can predict by astrological calculation the various event, what is going to happen in their life. And Garga Muni was definitely, he's the expert in that subject matter. And he was sent to Nanda Maharaj to do that same thing. So Garga Muni, by astrological calculation, he could easily understand that both Krishna and Balaram were Vasudev's son, right? So this is one more thing I was hearing, like when Garga Muni came, so Balaram was sitting on Mother Jasoda's lap and Krishna was sitting on Mother Rahini's lap. But Garga Muni is very intelligent, so he can easily identify who is whose son, right? And then Garga Muni, Nanda Maharaj asked him about the Namkaran, the ceremony, and he wanted to do in a great way, but Garga Muni reminded him about the prophecy given by the female child to Kamsa. So you would have already heard about that one, because the girl child was exchanged with Krishna. And then when Kamsa wanted to kill, she said that, oh Kamsa, you fool, what will be the use of killing me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who has been your enemy from the very beginning and who will certainly kill you. has already taken his birth somewhere else. So therefore, do not unnecessarily kill other children. Then Kamsa was very restless to kill the child, right? And that is what we heard. He was killing all the child in Gokula. So that is why Gargamuni said that we cannot do a big function, then he will know. So he requested to keep it secret, and they did it a very simple function in the cow shed. Okay, and then he started giving the names. So this is from Bhagavatam. So Gargamuni said, this child, the son of Rahini, will give all happiness to his relatives and friends by his transcendental qualities. Therefore, he will be known as Rama. That's the first name he gave. Because he will manifest extraordinary bodily strength, so he will be known as Bala or Baladev. And then moreover, he unites two families, the Vasudev's family and the family of Nanda Maharaj. So he will be known as Sankarsana. Okay, so that is about Balaram. And then about Krishna. He said, your son Krishna appears as an incarnation in every millennium. In the past, he assumed three different colors, white, red, and yellow. And now he has appeared in a blackish color, right? So all such incarnations have been assembled in Krishna. So Gargamuni informed that different time he has taken different color, and he is the source of all avatar. We all know Krishna is the source of all avatar. Therefore, all the different features of different avatars are present in Krishna. Yeah, he's avatari. So avatars incessantly appear, like incessantly flowing water. No one can count how many waves are there in a flowing water. Similarly, there is no limitation for the avatar. And Krishna is the representation of all avatars because he is the source of all avatars, right? And that is how he started giving his name, that because he's the son of Vasudev, so his name should be Vasudeva as well as Krishna. Some will call him Krishna, some will call him Vasudeva. But one thing you must know, this son had many others' name and activities due to his different pastime. Then he hinted to Nanda Maharaj that his son also would be called Giridhari because his uncommon pastime of lifting Govardhan hill. He was an astrologer, so he could understand, he could see the past and future. Then he said, I know everything about his activities and name, but others don't know. This child will be very pleasing to all the cowherd men and cows. So being very popular in Vrindavan, he will be the cause of all good fortune for you. Because his presence, because of his presence, you will overcome all kind of material calamities despite opposing elements, right? So this is what when we read entire Krishna book, we'll see Krishna's pastime, right? And then he's Narayana, the Supreme Personality of the Godhead, and he will grow in power, beauty, opulence, in everything on the level of Narayana. And then very interestingly, Gargamuni said that he may grow, like basically he predicted that because Nanda Maharaj is the great devotee of Lord Narayana, that the Lord had given him a son equal to himself. Then he indicated that his son would be disturbed by so many demons, and that Nanda Maharaj should be very careful and protect him, right? So in this way, Gargamuni convinced Nanda Maharaj that Narayana himself had become his son. So then he described the different transcendental qualities of his son, and then he left for his home. Then Nanda Maharaj, began to think himself as the most fortunate person, and he was so satisfied that he received such a benediction, right? So this is the first narrative, the naming. The second narrative, the beautiful, sweet pastime, childhood pastime of Krishna. It's very pleasant to hear sweet childhood pastime of Lord Krishna and Balaram. So that's why you must read Krishna book every day. That's what Srila Prabhupada said. So here, if you see, so both Balaram and Krishna, they began to crawl on their hands and knees on the dust of Brajabhumi. So when they're crawling, that is very pleasing to their mothers. And then the belts are tied to their waist and ankles sounded fascinating. And they would move around very pleasingly, like any ordinary, children. And then sometimes they'll also get frightened, and then they'll rush to their mothers, right? So this is how Krishna and Balram, they will play with the clay and mud of Vrindavan. And then, so even though Mother Rahini and Jasoda Maya will smear with beautiful saffron and sandalwood, but end of the day, they will all, their body will be full of clay, and then they'll come crawling to their mothers and sit on their laps. So this is, I mean, it's a very, very joyful for both children and the mother. Then they started their kind of naughty game. Okay, so they'll go to cow's head and they'll catch the tail of a calf, and then the cow start running, and they'll not leave there. So they'll also roll over. They'll be dragged over the clay and cow dung, and then but Jasoda Maya Rohini will enjoy. They'll call all the neighbors and the gopis, see what Krishna and Balaram doing. So this is it's a very, very, they'll emerge into that transcendental bliss, and they'll enjoy and they'll laugh very loudly. So, and that's how, that's very, very beautiful to hear. And at the same time, the Rahini and Jasoda Maya, they'll be very, very worried, because their sons are so restless. So they will always try to protect them from cows, bulls, monkeys, water, fire, birds, while they're doing their household work same time. So, and then the Krishna and Balaram, they're growing, they started, kind of began to stand up and slightly move on their legs. So I was hearing one lecture, the Supreme Lord who gives the strength for everybody. So he's trying to stand, fall down sometime, and walk like an ordinary child, right? So, and then all other, their friends also will join them. Okay. And then as they go and grow, they become Makhan Taskar, the butter thief. So all the gopis started complaining to Jasoda Maya that why don't you restrict your naughty Krishna? He comes to our house along with Balaram every morning, and then, so first thing they used to do, they let loose the cubs. And then the cubs drink all the milk, so they complain that we are not getting the milk, right? So that was their first activity. And then they complain, they steal our butter and yogurt. So once they complain, and then Krishna says, that why do you charge us with stealing? We have so much butter and yogurt in our home. Do we have scarcity? No. So then they'll distribute to the monkeys, and sometimes they'll feed monkeys, and monkeys will also throw a little bit. Then they say, this milk and butter, yogurts are useless. Even the monkeys won't take it. And then they'll break the pots and throw them here and there, right? So one thing, like little, it may come in our mind that even, Nanda Maharaj had 9 lakhs cows. Then why Krishna Balaram, they go everybody's home and steal the butter, right? Yeah. So, so that's what, like, even he's teasing the gopis, and gopis are also, if Krishna Balaram, they don't go, so they look for that when Krishna will come and steal. So this is something very interesting, right? So what Krishna sees our hard work, because making butter is not easy, right? From the milk, yeah. But Krishna is telling that once you make that, put your hard work, the result should be given to me. That's what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. And exactly that is what he's doing. We want result to be given to Krishna, but they are not realizing he's Krishna, and Krishna is coming and taking it, he's accepting. So it was so pleasant for them, right? So same way for us, he takes our bhoga, right? And then he takes all the karmic reaction and give us back prasada. So we should all accept only prasada, right? So gopis, the same, the same child, the same pastime continues. So they say that we try to keep the butter and milk in solitary dark place, but still they can find out. And it is mostly because of the effulgence of the ornament and jewels. Then Jasoda Maya says, okay, in that case, what I'll do, I'll remove their jewels. They say, no, they have the effulgence out of their body, right? So that is how, they are all, they same time they enjoy, right? And then I kind of was looking through that, why Krishna does that, right? And through that, whom we call as a butter thief, so Billa Mangala Thakur in Chaturashtakam has nicely explained about this butter thief. Braje prasiddham navanita chauram gopangananam chadukula chauram aneko janmarjita papa chauram chauragragannam purusam namami Who is this thief? I offer my respectful obeisances to that foremost of thieves, who is famous in Braja as the butter thief, and who steals the gopis' cloth, and who, for those who take shelter of him, steal the sin which have accrued over many lifetimes. So you have to understand that how fortunate these gopis are. Okay, now I quickly go to the third narrative, the vision of the universal form. So how this happened? So when Krishna and Balaram were playing with their friends, and then Krishna took some mud into his mouth, and then the friends came and complained to Jasoda Maya. When Balaram complained, Krishna is telling, no, mother, I have not eaten clay. They're just simply complaining, right? And then Krishna says that, no, then you see my mouth, nothing is there, right? I have not eaten cloths, you can see my mouth, right? And then Jasoda Maya says, okay, Krishna, if you have not eaten any clay, then just open your mouth and now see what you see. So just try to do a little animation, it'll run. So what Jasoda Maya sees within the mouth of Krishna, the complete opulence of creation. She saw the entire outer space in all directions, mountains, islands, oceans, seas, planets, air, fire, moon, stars. Along with the moons and stars, she saw all the elements. Water, sky, and all the ethereal existence with the total ego and its products. And finally, what? Jasoda Maya is seeing Krishna sitting on her lap. Inside Krishna's mouth, she's seeing that one. Yeah. So then Jasoda Maya, she's completely kind of bewildered. She's struck with awe and began to wonder whether she was dreaming or actually seeing something extraordinary. Then she kept thinking that how this can happen. It's the play of the illusory energy of the Supreme Person of Godhead. Then she became mad, mentally deranged to see all this wonderful thing. Then she thought it may be cosmic mystic power attained by my child, and therefore I am perplexed by such vision within his mouth. So let me offer my respectful obeisances unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is beyond the expression of consciousness. So then it is, kind of she get into the illusion, right? And then she's thinking, I'm wrongly thinking that Nanda Maharaj is my husband, Krishna is my son, I'm the queen of Nanda Maharaj, all the wealth of cows. So all these, there's nothing, I am eternally subordinate to the Supreme Lord. She started really thinking, the philosophical way. He is my ultimate shelter, the Supreme Master. So by the influence of the internal potency, Yoga Maya, then she inspired her to become joined to intense material affection. Immediately she said, no, I'm the mother of Krishna, right? So this is something we have to understand. There are two parts. One is Yogamaya and Mahamaya. So what is the difference? So Yogamaya is the internal potency of the Supreme Lord, and she works under Lord's direction. And Yogamaya works in the spiritual world. So when the living entity puts himself under the direction of Yogamaya, instead of Mahamaya, he gradually becomes a devotee of Krishna, right? So that is how Vrindavan, all these lila activities, Yogamaya. So immediately Yasoda Maya, she forgot, no, my son Krishna, because so much, maternal, there's so much love for Krishna. Okay. Whereas Mahamaya is, we know what is happening. we are under Mahamaya, and then we kind of under the influence of Mahamaya, we deny the position of Krishna, right? And so if you, this Krishna book itself, Srila Prabhupada has nicely written that all this is possible because Yasoda Maya is a pure devotee. She has executed many, many pious activities, right? So that's how, that's how she is so lucky, she got Krishna as son, and same way Nanda Maharaj. Then question comes in this portion already is there that why Vasudeva and Devaki, they are the actual, father and mother. So why they could not enjoy the transcendental bliss of Krishna's childhood pastime, right? So this childhood pastime of Krishna, they are glorified by many sages and saintly persons, but they could not enjoy. So this is the question Maharaj Pariksit asked Sukadeva Goswami, right? And in that context, Sukadeva Goswami replied that actually Drona and Dhara, so they were doing meditation, and then Brahma came, and then they were ordered to increase progeny by Lord Brahma. Then they say that, okay, you seek some benediction. They say that, yes, if you are giving us benediction, you give us benediction that the Supreme Person of God had become our son, right? And then that was granted. Then they appeared in different time as, so Drona appeared as Nanda Maharaj in Vrindavan and Dhara appeared as Mother Jasoda, right? So the main difference between Jasoda Maya's relation with Krishna and Devaki is that they are in a certain, a very intimate rasas, and that happened only in Goloka Vrindavan, in the abode of Goloka. So there is no conception that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. They think Krishna is my dearest friend, he is my son, Krishna is my paramount, that's rather anything. So such relationship are actually not possible in Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha is a place where it is basically awe and reverence. So there it is a mood of kind of glorifying Lord Narayana in his Aishwarya, his opulence, right? Whereas in Goloka Vrindavan, people are busy with the direct relationship with Krishna, right? So maybe just one more minute. So this one I was, so this is, see, as we are reading every day and the entire Krishna book, Prabhupada, he wrote for us with great difficulty. In the chapter 7, Prabhupada, in the same Krishna book, I just took that extract. So in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Janma Karma Chame Dibbam. The pastime and activities of the Lord, they are not material. They are beyond the material conception. And the conditioned soul, they can benefit by hearing such uncommon activities. So hearing is an opportunity to associate with the Lord. To hear his activity is to evolve one's transcendental nature. Simply by hearing, we can become transcendental. The conditioned soul has a natural aptitude to hear something about other conditioned soul in the form of fiction, drama, novel. But the inclination to hear something about others may be utilized in hearing the pastime of the Lord. Then one can immediately evolve his transcendental nature. So Krishna's pastime are not only beautiful, they are also very pleasing to the mind, right? See, last 30 minutes the way we are reading, it is so nice, right? See, if someone takes advantage of hearing the pastime of the Lord, then slowly the material contamination of dust accumulated in the heart due to long association with the material nature can be immediately cleansed. Yeah? So Lord Chaitanya also instructed that simply by hearing the transcendental name of Lord Krishna, one can cleanse the heart of all material contamination. So there are different processes of self-realization, but the process of devotional service, out of that, hearing is the most important function. When adopted by any conditioned soul, will automatically cleanse him the material contamination and enable him to realize his real constitutional position. And that is what ISKCON, that is what Prabhupada has given us, that is the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and that is how we are trying to practice. Hare Krishna. So that's the end of the class. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity. Yes, over to Priyanka Mataji. I think we'll have a quiz and
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna ji.
Prasanna ma'am.
Yes, Mother. Okay, thank you, Prabhuji, for amazing narration. Let us loudly chant Hari Bol 3 times for Prabhuji. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Also, for your information, we would like to tell you that ISKCON Whitefield is celebrating Janmashtami this year on 26th August in 10 locations with a plethora of activities. You can also book your seva now and donate generously to purify your Lakshmi and gain pious credits. I would take this opportunity to announce the winner for yesterday's quiz. Yesterday's winner is Sakshi Roy. A big Hari Bol to her. Hari Bol. We will now circulate the Google link. Please take few minutes to answer the simple questions. Hope everyone is able to open the form by clicking on the link. Please take few minutes to answer the questions. Thank you, everyone. We shall meet tomorrow, same time, same place on Zoom Temple for Krishna Ratri series. Stay tuned. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. So also, whoever want to buy Krishna book, you can buy online also by gogita.in or from any of the ISKCON center. Thank you, Hare Krishna. So we'll close now, Mataji, or give a couple of minutes.
Yes. Yes, Prabhuji, just a couple of minutes. So thank you everyone for joining in today. Thank you for the Nectarian Katha, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. And please, all of you answer the quizzes. We'll have the winner for today's quiz announced tomorrow at the end of the session. So looking forward to seeing you all of you again tomorrow. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.